Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Murphy. Welcome to our reading lesson. Today is Friday, February 19th, 2021. Hopefully, this will be our last online reading lesson forever. If I go green for some reason, don't worry. I'm having some technical difficulties. So sometimes I might turn green, but I'm okay, and your eyes are not playing tricks on you. Today is our last day of our Module 6, and we've been talking about Home of the Free and the Brave. And our essential question has been, what makes America special? Let's begin with a video. In this video, you will learn more about setting. Can you say setting? That's right. Because today you will be identifying the setting of our new story. So let's watch the video that explains what the setting means and why it's important.
Hi friends, today's lesson is all about story elements, the setting. Our learning goal for today says, I can describe the setting in a story. Okay, so what is the setting? Well, the setting is the when and the where a story takes place. So the setting is the when and the where. When means when did it happen? Was it at nighttime? Was it during the day? Ooh, was it in the winter or the hot summer? When is really important. Because for example, here I am hiking outside on a beautiful sunny day. Doesn't it look so enjoyable? I had lots of fun. But oh no, now it's nighttime. This does not look as exciting. Do you see how when makes a really big impact on the story? It would have been a fun story if it would have stayed nice and bright outside, but I need to get out of the spooky woods at night. Where is also important to the story. Does the story take place at a house, in a large city, in outer space, or even Rapunzel's castle? Where the story happens is very important. For example, if I said that one day I went to the zoo and I saw a tiger, and that's cool, tigers are cool, and I don't mind going to the zoo to see them. But what if I changed the where to, my bedroom? No, I do not want to see a tiger in my bedroom. The where would be really important for me with that story. Our learning goal says I can describe the setting in a story. And I really want you, as you're reading your stories, to think about the when and the where and how they're important to the story. If you changed it, would it really change the story quite a bit or not so much? I wonder. Good readers think as they read.
All right, let's read today's objective. Say, I can identify. We're just going to go with it, friends. I can identify the main character and the setting of Apple Pie 4th of July by drawing and writing. Good. Today, our standard is Kindergarten Reading Literature Standard 2.3. That's identifying important elements like characters, settings, or events. And if you look here, you'll notice that today we're focusing on the language domain of reading. Knowing the characters and setting helps us understand what we read, and it helps us talk about what we read when we're done. So let's look at why we need to know characters and setting and some of our prior knowledge. We have identified characters in lots of stories this year. At the very beginning of the year, we identified the characters in the story I Like Myself and Quentin's Neighborhood. The character, remember, is the people, animal, or creatures in a story. The setting we've also identified. We identified the setting in this story, Stretch. The setting is where and when the story takes place. Today, you are going to be identifying the main character and setting of our new story, and then you will draw them. For today's lesson, all you will need is your notebook and some crayons and pencil. Okay, I'm going to go first. A while back, we read the story, The Little Red Hen Makes a Pizza. I'm going to think about the main character and the setting for this story. So I need to step into my model and pretend to be you. Watch as I pretend to be you so you know what to do when it's your turn with our new story. First, I'm going to think of the main character from the story Little Red Hen Makes a Pizza. Okay, the main character is the character that was most important. I remember in this story there were lots of characters. The dog, the cat, the duck, and the little red hen. I saw the little red hen on every page though. And the title of the story has her name and her picture on it. So the most important or main character is the little red hen. Next, I'm going to think of the setting of the story. I know that the setting is where and when the story takes place. Some of the pictures showed the neighborhood, the street where she lives. Most of the pictures, though, showed her kitchen, where she made the pizza. So I'm going to draw the kitchen for the setting. And she made the pizza during the day. So I'll make sure to include that the setting was in her kitchen during the day. All right, I'm going to step out. What did you hear me say? Great. You're right. First, I had to think about the main character. In my mind, I went through all the characters, but I had to think about the one I saw the most often, and I decided it was the little red hen. Then what did I think about next? That's right. I moved on to the setting. I thought about the setting or where the story took place. I knew it was in a neighborhood, but it was mostly in the kitchen where she was making the pizza. So now I will draw a picture that shows the character and the setting. Here's my paper. I drew the little red hen. She has on her apron and she's ready to make a pizza. Here I drew the setting. I drew it in her kitchen. Here's the refrigerator where she keeps all the ingredients. And here's the kitchen table where she worked hard to make the pizza. I labeled my picture also. It says Little Red Hen and Kitchen. So now I have shown you exactly how I thought through the main character and the setting. Then I asked you what I did. Finally, I showed you my example. I drew the little red hen and the setting. All right, now we're going to think through one together. A while back, we read Take Me Out to the Yakio. Who was the main character? Where was the setting? At home on your piece of paper, you can draw the main character and the setting. Okay. Let's think together. Who did we see the most often? That's right, we did see Grandpa and Grandma a little bit, but not on every page. So were they the main character of our story? No, it was the little boy. We never knew his name, but we could draw him together. The little boy was the main character of this story, Take Me Out to the Yakio. Where was the setting? Where were they at in the story? Turn and tell your neighbor. They were at a baseball stadium in America and a baseball dome in Japan. Very good. Some of you might have said they were at home. That's right, they did go home at the end of the story. So you could say at the end of the story, they were at home. You might notice, boys and girls, that the setting can change. At the beginning of the story, they could be at home. In the middle of the story, they could be at a baseball park. At the end of the story, they might be back at home. That's okay that the setting changes. All right, today's story is about the 4th of July, a special holiday here in the United States. Let's review our academic vocabulary. Our first word is American. You say American. Good. American is something or someone that is American, has to do with the United States or its people. For example, the Statue of Liberty is an American symbol. Our next word, crowd. A crowd is a group of people. There is a large crowd of people watching the baseball game. Our last new vocab word, customer. Can you say customer? Great. A customer is someone who buys things. The customer buys food at the store. All right. Our new story is called Apple Pie 4th of July. The 4th of July is an American holiday. It's the day we celebrate the birthday of the United States. What do you think? Is this book fiction or informational? I see a lot of friends saying fiction. Why do you think it's fiction? Oh, because you see a made-up character? Okay, I think you might be on the right track. Before we read, let's remember to make a prediction or a guess of what we think the story will be about. Look at the front cover. Turn and tell someone at home. What do you think this story is going to be about? I found my friend here, Thunder, to be my partner. Thunder, I think this story is going to be about a little girl who celebrates the 4th of July. And the title says apple pie, so maybe apple pie is her favorite food. Let's read to find out what this story is all about. Remember, today when I'm reading, you are thinking, who is the main character and what is the setting of the story? All right, let's begin. Apple Pie 4th of July. I'm going to make this bigger so we can see better. 7 days a week, 52 weeks, 364 days a year, and 365 in a leap year. Our store is open. Christmas is the only day we close. Even on Thanksgiving, we open the store. Even on New Year's Day. Even today, the 4th of July. So she works at a store, or maybe her family owns a store, and they're open all the time. I hear the parade coming this way. Boom, boom, boom. I smell apple pie in Laura's oven upstairs. And chow mein in our kitchen. Chow mein? Chinese food on the 4th of July? No one wants Chinese food on the 4th of July, I say. Fireworks are Chinese, Father says, and hands me a pan full of sweet and sour pork. So we've met a little girl now. She works at a restaurant or a store with her mom and her dad. And at the restaurant, they make Chinese food. She's saying to her family, no one wants to eat this Chinese food on America's 4th of July. I hear the parade. Boom, boom, boom. I hear the parade passing by. Let's look up here in the corner. Do you see all the people at the parade? Yeah. Is this little girl at the parade? No. How do you think that makes her feel? Yeah, probably pretty sad she's missing out. Noon, and customers come for soda and potato chips. At 1 o'clock, they buy ice cream. 2 o'clock, the egg rolls are getting hard. 3 o'clock, ice and matches. 4 o'clock, and the noodles feel like shoelaces. So she looks pretty bored. No one's coming into the store to buy much. No one wants Chinese food on the 4th of July, I tell my mother. Mother piles noodles on my plate. My parents do not understand all American things. They were not born here. Even though my father has lived here since he was 12. Even though my mother loves apple pie. I cannot expect them to know Americans do not eat Chinese food on the 4th of July. So here she is thinking that Americans don't want Chinese food on the 4th of July. So I straighten the milk and the videos and sample a few new candy bars until 5 o'clock, when 2 hungry customers walk inside for some Chinese food to go. Finally, they have some customers or people who want to buy things from them. I tell them no one came, so we ate it up all ourselves. But they smell food in the kitchen now. My mother walks through the swinging door holding a tray of chicken chow mein, and Father follows her step for step with a brand new pan of sweet and sour pork. Ooh, Mom and Dad are ready with some more Chinese food. And 3 more people get in line. 11 more at 6 o'clock, 9 at 7, 12 by 8. So now their store is getting full of customers. More and more and more. What do you see this lady bringing into the store? That's right, an apple pie. Until it's time to close the store. Time to climb up to our rooftop chairs, way up high beyond the crowd, where we sit and watch the fireworks show and eat our apple pie. Okay, let's remember that today's objective is to identify the character, setting, and key details. So let's begin. The main character is I'm going to give you 3 options. I'm going to put a yellow smiley face over the correct answer, but you have to help me. So the main character is a young boy. Was the main person on every page a young boy? No, let's keep going. The main character is a young dog. Was this story all about a dog? No, thumbs down. The main character is a young girl? Yes, thumbs up. The main character is a young girl. Great. Let's keep going. Now we have to identify the setting or where the story took place. Okay, the main setting is a taco truck. Were they at a taco truck? Turn and tell your neighbor, yes or no? No, they were not at a taco truck. The main setting is at a Chinese restaurant. Thumbs up or thumbs down? I see a lot of thumbs up, but let's read our last choice just to make sure. The main character is at Dairy Queen, where we can get some ice cream. Were they at Dairy Queen? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs down. They were not at Dairy Queen. That means the main setting is at a Chinese restaurant. Good. All right, remember today your job is to identify the main character and the setting of our story, Apple Pie 4th of July, by drawing and writing. Let's look at your success criteria, or how you will know if you learned this. First up, you have to draw the main character of the story. Then you have to draw the setting of the story. Finally, you need to write. Most of us can do more than label now. most of us could write a sentence. This story is about, the setting is, you can stretch those words and write the sounds you hear. Finally, you will use your notebook paper to draw the character and the setting. Let's reflect. Were you able to identify the main character of the setting, the main character and the setting of the story? Up, side, more practice, thumbs down. Good. I see a lot of thumbs up. How does knowing the setting help us understand a story better? Well, if I know the setting, then I know where the character is, and then I can better understand what the character is doing. How does the setting change the meaning of the story? Well, just like our example at the beginning of the lesson, if you are at the zoo looking at a tiger, that's pretty cool and fun. But if you are in your bedroom and there's a tiger, that changes the story to be really scary. Boys and girls, you've done a great job today. Don't forget to draw the setting and the character and to write a sentence to match. In the media recording, I want you to hold it up, tell me what you drew, and then have a great rest of your day. But don't forget to do your math. Bye now. See you later.